You just put your sandwich directly on the tray table? Don't eat it, seriously. As a flight attendant, I have personally seen passengers change dirty diapers on that exact table, and I can tell you, it was not sanitized before you boarded. I'm Catherine. As a 13-year airline professional, I'm here to tell you why I always carry a pack of disinfectant wipes in my uniform pocket, and why you should too. If you don't want to come back from your next vacation with airplane flu or something worse, if you want to protect your immune system against the invisible enemies inside that metal tube, hit that subscribe button and the little bell icon right now. Because today, I'm not just giving you cleaning tips. I'm giving you a survival guide to staying healthy. All right, let's put on our gloves and talk facts. Most passengers assume that when they board a plane, they are entering a clean environment. The carpets are vacuumed, the seats are neat. It looks clean, right? That is the airline's greatest illusion, the difference between visual cleanliness and actual hygiene. What do you think happens after you get off the plane? Does an army of cleaners come in and scrub every inch with bleach? No. Usually the time between a plane landing and taking off again is called turnaround time. Sometimes this is only 15 or 20 minutes. In those 15 minutes, the cleaning crew, or sometimes just us flight attendants, has one job: pick up the big trash. We grab the newspapers in the aisle, we grab the pretzel wrappers on the seats, we cross-check the seat belts. But wiping? Disinfecting? Unless there is visible vomit or blood, those surfaces are not deep cleaned for days, sometimes weeks. A plane flies 4 to 5 times a day. That means thousands of hands, thousands of coughs, and thousands of germs, and they all accumulate right there until you sit in that seat. Scientific studies, and my own observations, have proven that some spots on a plane harbor far more bacteria than your toilet seat at home. If you're ready, I'm exposing the Filthy 5, the places you should never touch or must clean before touching. And surprise, number 1 isn't the bathroom. Germ Zone 1, the seat back pocket, the kangaroo pouch. At the top of the list is my personal nightmare, that cloth or leather pocket right in front of you. What you do, you board. You put your phone, your glasses, your water bottle, maybe even your sandwich in that pocket. You think, how convenient. The insider reality, why it's a biohazard bin. Please do not touch it. We crew members call that pocket the germ kangaroo pouch. Why? Because that pocket is actually a trash can. But a trash can that is never emptied or washed. Do you know what I've pulled out of those pockets in 13 years? Used snotty tissues, the most common. Chewed gum stuck to the fabric. Half-eaten bananas. Dirty diapers. Yes, again. Toenail clippings. Why people do this on a plane, I will never understand. Vomit bags. Used. Now, what does the cleaning crew do to that pocket? They only take out the big pieces. But the germs from that tissue? The sticky residue from that banana? The flu virus lingering there? It stays. It seeps into the fabric. When you put your phone in that pocket, your phone gets coated in those germs. Then you take that phone and put it to your face, to your ear. That is the exact moment the airplane cold begins. The insider hack: how to protect yourself. Act like that pocket doesn't exist. Never put personal items, glasses, phone, directly inside. If you must use it, first put a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, that you brought from home inside it, and put your items inside that bag. Do not touch the fabric. Germ zone. 2. The aisle seat, headrest and armrest, the aisle grip. You love the aisle seat, right? More legroom, easy access to the lavatory. But that seat comes with a dirty price. What you do, You sit down, rest your head on that leather headrest, and put your hands on the armrests. The insider reality, why everyone's hand is there. Watch anyone walking to the lavatory on a plane. What do they do to keep their balance in the aisle? They walk by grabbing the headrest or the armrest of every single aisle seat. On one flight, that aisle seat headrest is touched by hundreds of people who just came out of the bathroom and maybe didn't wash their hands, wiped their nose, or coughed into their hand. That headrest and outer armrest are the highest traffic areas on the plane. And during cleaning, those headrests are usually not replaced, if fabric, or wiped, if leather. They are just straightened. When you rest your head there to sleep, you are resting your face on the handprints of hundreds of strangers. The insider hack, how to protect yourself. Never rest your face. Lean your head against the window or use your own neck pillow. Never the aisle headrest. Wipe it. When you board, in the cleaning ritual I'll explain in a moment, thoroughly wipe down that outer armrest and the edges of the headrest with a disinfectant wipe. Germ Zone 3. The lavatory door latch. False security. You know the lavatories are dirty, so you are careful inside. But the biggest danger waits for you right at the exit. What you do? You finish your business. You wash your hands with soap and hot water. I'm clean, you say. And then you slide that metal latch to unlock the door. The insider reality, the washing paradox. You just made washing your hands pointless. Why? Because everyone who touched that latch touched it before they washed their hands to enter, or they touched it while trying to leave without washing their hands. That door latch is the dirtiest spot inside the lavatory. It is dirtier than the toilet seat because everyone uses paper to touch the seat, but they touch the latch with bare hands. The insider hack, how to protect yourself. The paper towel shield. After washing your hands, do not throw away the paper towel. Use that paper towel to grab and slide the door latch. Open the door, hold it open with your foot, and throw the paper towel in the trash bin on your way out. Most planes have a trash flap right by the door. Never touch that metal with your bare, clean hands. Germ Zone 4. The overhead vent and light, the air controls. You get hot or want to read. You reach up and touch those little buttons and that round nozzle blowing air. What you do, you adjust the vent to blow right onto your face. You think you're getting fresh air. The insider reality, the overlooked dirt. Do you know the last time a cleaning cloth touched those buttons? Probably when the plane left the factory. Cleaning crews do not have the time to reach up and wipe every single little button. They are never wiped. Over the years, thousands of passengers touch those buttons after eating greasy food, after using the restroom, or after coughing. Even worse, when you aim that air nozzle at your face, you are blowing the germs accumulated on that nozzle directly into your eyes and nose with high-pressure air. The insider hack, how to protect yourself. Wipe. First, when you sit down, reach up with your wipe and clean those buttons and the nozzle. Chest, not face. Never aim the air vent directly at your face, eyes, or nose. Aim it at your chest or lap. This prevents you from inhaling germs directly and creates an air curtain that pushes other viruses down if your neighbor coughs. Germ Zone 5. The tray table, public enemy number 1. And here we are at the top of the list. The place dirtier than the toilet. The tray table right in front of you. What you do. You open the tray. You put your book or phone on it. You rest your head on it to sleep. And worst of all, you pour your sandwich or nuts directly onto that plastic surface without a napkin and eat them. The insider reality, why it's the filthiest. I will repeat what I said at the beginning because this is not an urban legend. This is my reality. I have seen passengers change baby diapers on those tray tables. Because lavatories are small, some parents use that tray as a changing table. You can imagine what touches that surface. And after that diaper change, the tray is closed. Does the cleaning crew come? No. If there is no visible mess, they don't wipe it. On the next flight, you come, open the tray, and put your bread on it. Scientific studies have shown that tray tables have 8 times more bacteria, MRSA, E. coli, and others, than the toilet flush button. That tray table is the dirtiest, most dangerous place on the plane. The insider hack: how to protect yourself. The 30-second cleaning ritual. When you board, before you put your bag away, this must be your first action. Take out that travel pack of disinfectant wipes from your bag, Clorox or alcohol-based. Open the tray, wipe it, not just the top, but the edges and the latch underneath. While the wipe is still wet, wipe the seatbelt buckle, the armrests, and the window shade. Let the tray air dry. Staying wet means the disinfection is working. These 30 seconds could be the difference between spending your vacation in the hospital or on the beach. Bonus trap 1. The wrapped blanket and pillow. Lie, I listed these 5, but you're still thinking, at least when I get cold, I can wrap myself in that sealed, clean blanket, right? Please listen to me carefully. Just because that blanket is inside a clear plastic bag does not mean it is sanitized. The insider reality. In economy class, and honestly, sometimes even in domestic business class, those blankets are not washed after every flight. Unless you are on the first flight of the day, the 6 a.m. flight, the blanket you are using was likely used by the passenger before you. What do? When we quickly tidy the cabin after a flight, if the blanket doesn't have a visible stain or vomit on it, we pick it up, fold it nicely, and leave it on the seat for the next passenger. In some airlines, cleaning crews rebag them. So when you open that bag and rub it on your face, you are actually wrapping yourself in the dead skin cells, dried saliva, and sneezes of the passenger before you. Pillows are even worse. Even if the pillowcase is changed, which isn't always, the foam inside has been there for years, absorbing the sweat and oil of thousands of heads. Sleeping with your face pressed against that pillow is like sleeping in a petri dish. My advice: never let an airplane blanket touch your skin, face, neck, directly. If you are cold, use your own jacket or scarf. Bringing your own travel blanket is the most hygienic investment you can make. Bonus trap 2. The water on the lavatory floor. I am sad I even have to say this, but I see it on every flight, and it makes my stomach turn every time. Passengers walking into the lavatory in their socks, or worse, barefoot. What you do? You're on a long flight. You took your shoes off to relax. You need to go. I'm too lazy to put my shoes on, you say, and you walk to the bathroom in your socks. You see some liquid on the floor. Oh, water splashed from the sink, you think, and you step in it. The insider reality: that is not water. I am serious. That liquid on the floor is 99% likely to be urine. Airplane bathrooms are turbulent environments. People's aim disappears during turbulence. That wetness on the floor is the accumulation of hundreds of passengers missing. What happens when you step in it with socks? Your sock absorbs that liquid like a sponge. That bacteria-filled liquid soaks into the fabric of your sock and touches your skin directly. Then what do? You go back to your seat with those dirty socks, curl your feet up, or put them back inside your shoes. You essentially trap those toilet bacteria in a warm, dark environment, inside your shoe, to breed. That is a perfect recipe for foot fungus and infections. My advice: I'm not saying never take your shoes off. It's good for circulation. But the moment you leave your seat, especially to go to the lavatory, those shoes go back on. If putting shoes on is too hard, bring a pair of cheap hotel slippers with hard soles, wear them to the bathroom and throw them away after the flight. But never, ever step on that floor in socks. So, what about your immune system? Insider advice. Wiping surfaces isn't enough. You have to protect yourself from the inside. Airplane air is extremely dry, 10 to 20% humidity. This dryness dries out the mucous membranes in your nose and throat. That mucus is your body's first line of defense against viruses. When it dries up, you are vulnerable. The crew secret. We drink water constantly. Our rule is, drink before you feel thirsty. Drink at least 1 cup of water every hour. This keeps your defense line moist and strong. And one little tip, nasal spray, saline. Keeping your nose moist during the flight prevents viruses from sticking. Let's recap. Planes are dirty. That is a fact, but you don't have to get sick. Tray table. Never put food directly on it. Wipe it immediately. Remember the diaper reality. Seatback pocket. Never use it. It's a trash can. Aisle. Seat. Keep your head and hands away from that traffic zone. Lavatory latch. Open it with a paper towel. Air vent. Aim it at your chest, not your face. I'm Catherine. This channel isn't here to scare you. It's here to empower you. Don't be afraid to look like a clean freak. Take out that wipe and clean your space. Your neighbor might look at you funny, but you will be the one enjoying your vacation while they are sick in bed. Now, confession time. Have you ever put your phone in that seat pocket? Or dropped food on the tray and eaten it using the 5-second rule? Be honest in the comments, we've all done it. And if this video made sure you will never look at that tray table the same way again, please hit that like button and subscribe to this channel. I am determined to keep you not just safe, but healthy. In the next video, we are going to talk about the 5 drinks you should never order on a plane, including coffee, and the murky secret inside airplane water tanks. Get your stomach ready. Safe and clean travels.